Yanom Mesa Chachia, Mubia. Na Mijidi say Mubia hoye. This me hoye. Adomala Quenti, Bibia Boko, Madame Mosse. Yo, Adomala Quenti, Bibia Boko. And him say, also, who your papa. Let an art and guardian. Let me see. Give it to me first. Hey. Sit down. Let me check first. Sit down.
Did you get in?
Where come on? Thank you for listening to your mother. Your minion. We are very sorry. It will be a way mother now tea. Social media so. My focus on so and call manaso. So what my focus and call maswa. One here ubeji so. Cause social media no. Nipa bibiri ato some name misbehaving. A lot of attitude nipa ni biditi anunti. So what we na betana hana ulusu track sipa edibeyo. Enti we a little bit advice modest. Yeba social media ne so a yema modia na yema yaso ene eni enhwe yema no. Aha. Wo mu anu watie ma from. So one respond ya na alcohol. Yo minya no. Oti menka biwa enye bone. Me dia ne mame adwa atama fo so metwo. Me mame efidwe so we me. Me papa efi jama se dewo. Me ye odewuni edehye. Me nananum na ye fentem frema me ne so no. Me yagurani de chikonkon. Me nananum echi ebi ene denchara. Me ankasa mimu me nanan yetifa. Achimoda akunwa media. Me dibi yi. Ti me catch la wo say. Mtra mo bia na ada. Emfa political section. Some region any region bia obia. Amamre mu no obi obi free. Na second topic any about the badia. Any ne wo hene say. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I know say o second coming o pese one of the best. Say the sa ho dia na be say a best. Na certain mistakes be a fair term no ye no o repeat be o which we've seen a little bit of enema bia for ye mu yadwene mu no ana ye mu bia adwene mu no ensa saka basa ye wura His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e ba chaw anopei mechiaw na minim say our first lady, our beautiful, yes, Mrs. Lordina, meba Lordina na tewono. You can see the reason why my daughter is Lordina. And my Lordina is also very beautiful. Eti nyamia ne kurenim His Excellency. Ya besrew. Se o se enema bibiro ho o monitor ne yi. Enye obi a ne bitufo council state members, council of states members are or more how guide. Naso in so kitten any butwa. Yani a form a yenyo be and a social media nti imbebe wunyansa na any position wa Ghana. Eti nyansa no a sebi Ye he can sem ni ahodo. And one na dim baba power no one be too much positions. Obi eni ofa sebi. Obi a ho. Ne me fa o man wetim no ho. Recently, enema bebre issues a pop up. Ebini elevation of we promote to some high court judges from various and then around Ghana ho edo on mako appeal courts. One of the typical names appeal Justice Emmanuel Kofi Mensah alias Nana Domahene. A poppy or listening. Yeah, I bring a whole controversy. There's a lot of controversy. A poppy up in and out. I'm sure say if Ghana a very serious country. Not Ghana, I respected the rule of law as we claim. Not Ghana, I respected the constitution. Say and take it roots and costs. Dear. Whenever we are making decisions, we have to consider the constitution first. Because constitutional mandates and the man what me regulating what a very peaceful manner. Now listen about year 21 edipa wodo free various circuit court and high court. Here John Dran Mahama person elevate one appeal court, but I have a problem with one of the names. Now there more problems what Dino say. Yewura efeno na najima bedu ye oyedoma hene. Yes, oye ndisi ni. O campaign ma. O kan sama wudo nyina de campaign ma. Oye jandama wudo nyina campaign ma. Yes. Yes se bekwe ni di fata no ane fata no okono. No oye bia de ma NDC no e contribute something. E wo NDC ni e ma NDC aba power. Which you cannot dispute that. If you are so be ya wa ya e wo so ye na ye. Obi your papa e wo so ye na papa. Obi buawa e was all born a quabi so. Obi throw cohenkwa, I was also true no equahe and quanibi. And it's Kajinwum say, or my penina ba no see or more boy a man that might me bad to me, you know. Or bet pay be you on my but the apostle can say, oh, bet me you on my quabi open be so in your own personal reasons. But wait to me pejagana mambra in you be Ghana mamra de eura yempeja mfa ni obiaye irrespective of the experience, their possessions and the identity. Won't mean peja Ghana mamra emfa ni woni pa bi ti se na najima bedu a onni mra so. Now as we speak now, there's a contempt case against him. As we speak now, there's a lot of videos this man have made which is contrary against the Ghana Constitution. And it's the best say. You can do everything because we're contributing I'm NDC about power, which we all saw it. Everybody is aware. It is not something new. Though said there's a law that prohibits chiefs to fully integrate themselves in a political rhythms. But he ignored all this override it anyway and fully integrate himself with politicizing his chieftaincy stuff and a lot of them. Which for me, I think you've done well going above the chieftaincy issues and disrespecting the rule of law and participating with rallies and then campaigns for NDC. So NDC person, nobody have issue about it. You can build my houses. You can build hospital in a star because only be. You can give me another extra offense say an nursing school because there's no nursing school, there's no college. There's no good roads. And so you can do something that could uplift the image of his town. Now Jakasa. But say you going on your own ways, awarding him with Ghana Constitution, where you do not qualify. No, we will not sit down for that to happen because that man do not qualify that position expecting to be elevated to. He's low below. Low below. Here on your exempt. Low below people who do not even have a clue about the constitution. If you do really have a clue and have knowledge about constitution, some of his utterances, some of his statements, some of his allegations, some of his attitude, yeah, or the Tiabonten wouldn't be even permitted to happen. And it's John Hama, Obetimi Amano, college in his Obetimi training schools in name. Obetimi a lot of things to award him for his participation and then going about the constitution, which deprives him from participating in political talks and political matters. Yet he override the constitution anyway. He did not even mind such a person. So if you think that he do something that you think, actually, I will say why at the paper be at the one or book constitution. So because the constitution clearly states the chiefs are not permitted to involve in partisan politics. He does that. And then also chiefs are not allowed to speak about a near parties a political way or yeah. Secondly, was a bumra kakakabiso. So when a case is in courts, when a case is in court, now buying a minute for you winning not tea assembly so dear. Somebody like him who works under the judiciary should not make any judgments and as makes any comment about the pending case or should not conclude the case, which immediately is a contempt. Why? Mr. Atukwasi Asembaye, the court to net is no better I will say. Only all know I court. This man, are you being serious as a country? All because he speaks for NDC. Now, do you know his basic reason to Okasama NDC? No? Because of his intrigue intentions as anti-4 MPP for. So, when he actually integrates himself, fully member of the NDC, he might have a stand and supporters who equally hate Asante because of their political callous. But to me, I be a man. Like I mentioned a couple of things that you can award him with. He don't have good rules in his town. He don't have even a common college, a training college in his town. Only nursing school in town. Only teacher training in the town. Only even a polyclinic uplifted. Only be. There's only one polyclinic in his town. So I'm just giving you a clue. You don't have a good market. Go and see where the market woman sat and sell in his town. Yeah, this man is everywhere bragging. He don't even have a better school. There's only one secondary school in his town. And he share with do Sumat Drobo. He shared the secondary school with all these towns. Because the man is the only town I'm saying develop amongst them. You see, so I think you can do things like that to support him for being there for you. So you can do that. But to award him with Ghana Constitution, why he actually disqualified the Constitution, making a whole lot of contempt, disrespect the Constitution, and standing against the Constitution, no, you can't award him with the Constitution because he cannot bring the neutrality cover. He would definitely brush and garnishing the neutrality cover in terms of politics, in terms of a certain group of people, in terms of a certain individuals. So this man definitely not covered. He cannot go there. No way. And yes, I say can there. You be the petition where we can. Our voice can be heard. We got videos. Watch and then by the grace of God, everything can be interpreted. People like us, you know, onyamia da woman ti, any UK buying, no good system ti, ya ba krom here no, we were able to go to school. We have done a lot of courses. We have diploma courses aye. You degree courses baby. But here no ye can go to school though. someone amoka ye bro for kora nye e grama nye be niema e won tiase wo mu no wa grama ye no woni tiase wo what we know wa grama ye no woni enichi yempese e be na one individual Ghanaian bi a onye obi e so na Afghana be the internet so na ye talk of the town no be a kind of Ghana and if this man and this man a government is this is not supposed to be happening. I respect the decision you want to take because if someone appreciates you, you have to appreciate them. If someone supported you, you have to also pay back the same reward. You have to carry it forward. If someone being there for you, you need to be there for them when you actually be lifted or elevated to your highest positions. This is normal. But you cannot position someone and promote them with the same law they are abusing. They are violating. They are violating the law. They are violated 1,000 times. So if you care to know, let me show you some of my concerns. Watch me that me bra Morris I say. I asked him for these videos. So do you think a man who have knowledge about the law, what's in our circuit courts, and yes, or your ignorance of the law, even me as individual and then a normal citizen in Ghana, if I make a certain claims and allegations and a certain offense pronunciations like this, let's say Ghana is serious country, needs to be invited by the police or needs to be picked by the police because such words are prohibited to even utter. So maybe make it such utterances. No afa ngodi. We enye a bodanfo. Na dwum kano. Onye a drink kano akase na wabo. And a way enye a farmer onko skuda. And a farmer onko skuda but only clue about any knowledge about the law. When a young man or yakora, yeah, it be only a full integration of the law. When you obey only waka, this is a man who call himself a judge or a judge who also have a customs with the traditional norms. Yeah, or a chief. What chief, you know, or hine are not permitted to stand in public areas to behave and misbehave and exhibit such kind of attitude in public. Even as a chief, there is a big question marks. Where is his elders? Nimpenim for him as a chief. Nimkunyam penim for him as a chief. Did they respect the traditions and norms and culture? And then the historical basis of our stools. Did the elders respect it? Or they cannot control this man? Or he is uncontrollable? When it comes to a constitution, this man is a legal practitioner or a judge in a very high court. A high court, I would say. A Norman Hooding, a high court. A high court. He understood the consequences, understood the contentment, understood everything that is surrounded within the Constitution of Ghana. He is fully aware about what someone behavior, attitude, utterances, and as any instigation that basically go against and contrary against what the Constitution requirements are made. A better caution. He is very aware. Very, very aware. Jordan also comfy What Juni will form because Osajifo spoke in parables. Or no, I see me imagine of them. Or so Osajifo spoke with parables or Kasabe boom. In this, a judge Kasabe boom, Mime Kumunipa, Abebuum Neo. Bebe Kunipa, na baba bechim, Abebuon of Chama Bebu Crow. Why? Me Bebe Kunipa, Beba bechim, na Baba Chimia, na Bear Bromafo a baby. What Timmy who said, Wona Usunim. I am not here to banter any argument with you, but at least a sensible person telling me, say me, I'm not being reasonable. Let me phrase this to you. That sensible man also Kasawa Bigumono. He end up recognizing at the end of his subject discussing there, which is basically one of the most pathetic statements made by a person who knew the law or indeed the word and they say. One name so kum nipa ya betcheno. Enti ya china na domafo aba beyin. So he realized that the law would definitely deal with him. So when he takes a certain course and actions like that, he will face the law. Then he is instigating his people. Say, when that happened, you come and release me. What's the imagine for? Obi o kan asem no ankasa. Etime legalize the assembly there no say parable. When would you start to be a human being, Daniel? What is his name? Joe. When will you start to be a reasonable human being with a full ascension of communication between two people, transcending communication and responsibly, actively communication? Do you have a brain? He concluded it. So if I do that, the law will take its course and I'll be arrested. And if in case I got arrested, my people will come and release me. So how can your people release you? By instigating the youth against the judiciary. Basa yo, because kuminipa in you. Etijo, you go back and try to be reborn because you need to be reborn. Your brain is not mature to integrate with communications. So whatever you are saying, you say out of your own conscious understanding, which basically any normal human being do not understand you. Ask Obi about them. He thought that it makes sense. You don't even have a brain. Telling someone say, "Major form." Yet, hey, I nipa na ya wo mogu asasi wesu sana. So okasa wa be boom. This statement, a straightforward communication with people. Nipa, and he was very overfishy, especially nibu fu mamini back unit. Namu had a special expense. You obi a wire as obi a yes or your optimistical mind. Your body language and special expression will tell you what metiwe mebufua. People will know some bofu. Me happier. People will know some me happy. A certain statement from my mouth, people will know what I'm referring to. Joe, Konyini, Omamia Bregu. I'm coming. Omamia Bregu. Useless persons like this. Look at his special expression. What the emotion is special expression. I said there was a word dancing one on nipa. Them. He actually making articulation statements. He know what he is saying, and he know his intention of saying that. He know the basic communication he is having. One is a matured man, so he know and the people they also understood the communication, so they were clapping. Almost the communication. Or say, if he made a statement inciting the day. A free chinako. Me, he himself is saying it. Bekum nipa. And he knows that Sokum nipa is against the law. So recognize the consequences. I'm a baba chime. The baba chimia, bedroom for be lawyer, ne baba be. He realized his statement. Said there's a contempt in his statement, there is incitement in his statement. So basically, there's a consequence of his statement. Now when you do ne mammy a bregu, a catch him, say, me imagine from. Wow. Generation ben ye omi. Okay. In ya Joanna, not you know for near another person. I saw Casa boom. Now cofa boyfriend, now boyfriend do way dear. Oh mammy a bregu so. Okay. Let's go to the next one. What? And this statement also was made in Paris. Abraham Kuma 7 by. Or say, Omunim so mu jami. Emma me ko Brekuma ye nasia. Adeshia be you on dear free. Akunyan bebe Jimmy, bebe boy Jimmy so. Aba be no oma kwama be muja. And some basa, this man is making all the statements. Afi Eba. The person, Mamini went for Ranga say, you type who do know. So basically, I will take the screenshot again from here. I'll put my screenshot later on. Ghana for you. Appeal court indeed. What's it? See, I didn't go court. A legal practitioner. A legal practitioner. Or not just any legal practitioner. Or a high court judge. Yeah, you have to respect and protect the legal law of the land. Ensure that the law is being protected by all costs, without any contempt, without any treason, without any instigating against the law, without any painting hands or punching the law. But this same person, as a war de oba, eja obi a trusting so the bit me abon ho ban. Now beba no defa Quran. How would you feel? Odo beja obi a ofu so no bit me abon ho ban. What trusting in your heart you think that you can never harm the child? But not the same person have defied your own child. Or repuno. Asakran, but yet a young. This is the same scenario. A person who's supposed to protect the law. A person who's supposed to respect the law. A person who's supposed to promote the law. A person who's supposed to make sure the law take its effective use. Enforce it in all manner and all sectors. A person who's supposed to enable the law in the public areas by discipline, by nature, by attitude, by making sure that the representatives of the law are become the typical example of the law. But here it comes. Because of a time of a certain individuals, a certain group, or judging cannot exhibit your feelings, your personal cause. You cannot exhibit your relationship or any family litigation or any family misunderstanding or any relational dispute to involved in your position as a judge, a lawyer, or any sort. Even police officer have that training. Say, what you mean fa or feeling? Say, we were yemi boni binti. Mejina swadi acheno. When that is discovered, wo police officers no get disqualified. Best sackle every police service in him. Because individual has to be treated fairly, equally, without any stereotyping, discrimination, and not say, but based on their background, tribes, and not sexual orientations. When it comes to the law, it's more of a company. But this man here, also a judge. This man said, Melano or no see. Well, cock musical, no, the Jumano. A deal no bebuso. One will be our cockota, Nasamo day as a legal practitioner on him constitution. Officer Diana Oyeno would dip be more, and the more would to Lufise, and according to the justice. And according to the law, if you didn't know the contentious mind, they say, me corner me differ, me buso. Ama, ye betimia, a bon for a being. You see, instigating the pono all the time. Instigating the law all the time. So what actually comes to your score to know, say, what was you thinking? At the end of what you must see is so you don't call court for. It tells you, say, wouldn't him sad dear now, yeno, and number quaso. Wouldn't him sad dear now, yeno, wo boy. Wouldn't him so too for instigating casting and yeno correct. Wouldn't him send me my woya, some dear, who quatra we do so an alcaz as him. Who could go to for be police station. Ya bon koso inside ya na san wata wachi ena on ebe gu ogun ni na mu dreni na wasati ni biala uru sika be support giana no onyame ena na no betwa oka one respect mo efforts grore bae no ye de wono giana to otumfo echi na ohun said the bashing was severe obe condemn media personalities but no to one no sa domesia wonim sa domesia is a part of Asante Kingdom. One the son who could muhene. Odumas wo, sunya ho, or san ho no father man on the hilo. A better on a yassi. Domesia na yo, domesia in all. Nay in it to hobby. No mo fadima bedu. Yes, a police station. Ye church ye babyano. Ye do I a guest of Anna. One baby at the enano. O call ye and show 2 for police station more at the end. Boku adima second kano yanka se bedi otum fotem bediana etna ho amadima bedu timi bubu otum fodi kikanse hu. That is what can atim we kikanse hu pato of otum fo owie no betra bonde say ahemfo akase mienu diana, if the gods of our land still alive, they will make your life miserable. Obiti omebo amane so ye ho ni pa be face me, you are empty. Na me nko obi asem obi ye wade me from anutum sa astra word na fine astra do you know where power lies? And then crofo my desperate, they are following you, paying money for your group. Na se wunya sika no require development wo kromo wo mo bu ano kromo din kro amfa nto bi na wona wo gi praises no adekwati ame nipa bebrebe dwa doctor no yankase enwa doctor nipa bebrebe dwa no because of so we na bo wo ama nkrofo raise sika pepe de e wo no platform so de ma obi a utimi tena o me disrespect to tumfo adetina sa brage ma beduti wo yi aseka sa asebo one suman kasa na we de woni mu a ade ye de emfa we hu tika me ni we hu dumansa wonti aka asem nyansa ndimbia say na police station gina he mo mrante ma ba mo fanye hsie hunu na mo somo momodin na mo muwa ni develop kro ni saa na mo somo ye kro no mbete na refi say wo mo contribute madia na no asante fo na dozo Musanti ne pia wo dia na group no wan firi mu a. Me minim de mayew. Na wabra bo ba sha ase ayutwan. Wa be take usika be donate amagia na ku. Na nanam nsu akase wo mu no beti. Because what time he hit you with a passing beyond cancer. Or 2 funti nipa tansante for too much. And no one na papa also ni mele and make this statement because of hatred. Your war a fast for what tire or for 2 for he cannot sit anywhere without attacking with 2 for. Now way maybe ya santi mesem kodin anymore. Na mini member say make us some judge and officer dey no be. So Yura, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and now I Ghana presidents. It's your address with respect. Obi onim nyansa biano. He will not disrespect you because you are the president of Ghana now. But we just want to communicate with you. Say yeah, citizens are yeah to minimal. We want you to be a listened president. Not any kind of decision be I would take, you know. You need to listen to the people out there. You have to pay attention of our concerns. This man cannot go to Appeal Court. He do not qualify. He have never exhibited the law in public. He have never respected the law in public. He have never shown maturity in public. He have never comported himself in public. He have never disciplined himself in public. He have never stood up for the law in public. He have never, ever paved the way for we, the ignorant one, to understand the law and also protect the law as equal on Chirayeri. But else, he have every time create enmity between we and the law. Until when Timin call Appeal Court, you can award him with whatever you want because he have served the NDC party rights. But you cannot award him with our constitution. The constitution belongs to Ghana. And then the bonding everyone to be disciplined, to be comportive, to be mature, to practice. And a friend said the rights according to the constitution. And then the more BS through policing. And yes, I will bet me a policing in no car. Now, I policing me by bet me. I met him bet my board. But you have to respect the law. Based on the constitution, the police need but you are was all don't say which. And I pay down some of you. Not police in the show. According to the law. And yes, our contempt against the law. And not in what soldier for an age. And yes, I'm not telling about one to meet in any soldier for an uncle. And you depend on this through too. Over to any. But because we want to exhibit the control and the system that rules our attitude, our human behavior, and our common society, into your law, the power of the autonomous power above all things. Send you bit me enjoy your presidency, or bit me enjoy the governorship, and everything. No man, rule by the systematic way. Tino be how we take it. And yes, I mean, I'm a swam idea and I'm who be trying to take it to say, but the system have built in the sensor. And ma will be tears, yes, a banner didn't talk what way. Now, one year punishment to her. It's many pebi or soon issue and call move still I will take it. Or turn asking what's here, we are more or turn, still I will take it. Is because of the rule of law. So busy one no, a practitioner of the law. No insight is set contentious, contempt, and instigating treason against the equal law. How can you assume the person so elevating a court, a high court, a appeal court? No way. This is above reasoning. It's just in him. So, answer now will be able to be a process equal to respect the constitution. Certain things have to be avoided. Yet me award any pebia say because your party about power and or your drama inti and or your judge inti a could be a serious contract and this my disqualify under that. But I don't blame President Mahama because I brought one misbehaving in the MPP for no power. They should have made that steps. But I brought a set MPP for quite a quasi assembly the Hoka video. MPP papa na pampem to say chata yema or no. You who are the papa be a wayama santimane dam. That's why minister was and memo. Say 8 years on your son, and ya home kasai. Say he have been inciting contempt, and you realize it. You recognize it. That's why I will tell you, say, we should not point hands on individual based on the political colors. I will not mean to be too low for anybody to influence me. Any party or woman, everybody is individual. Your attitude will be attacked. And this is me. I don't care about what somebody says. When this man involved himself, abra constitution it here, and then there was MPP, they stood up and they were raising attacks. And but when you were throwing the same punches to our almighty king and our as individuals, standing everywhere causing contempt against us, nobody make a noise. There was no noise. There was no a single noise. A bossa disqualification, I will not blame it on the NDC. I will blame it on MPP. Because during that time, making all this contempt, na NDC ni power. All this statement, he made it under the MPP administration. All this nonsense. Supreme Court was occupied by MPPs, but they did not do nothing about this. And that's what when you have power, said yeah, all years of person praise the power not to AGYEMAN. Next time you praise the power to the people that brought you to the power. And again, listen to it again. Only say all the time, or also contempt. It's at the end, no, or the legal not say, ba betchim, not bear bonofo, a can't bear na wo ye contempt, and I bet you are bonofo baby you. Are you inciting the people against the law? As I bet you want about you playing about I am paying it to people. Is that not what you meant? Tina contempt the chain, nobody order for his arrest. Because that is the trap I was setting at all. Set a trap on at all. Influence in there. The so-called people, they are not even one, but they are claiming they are. So they have fully confidence in him. And he's standing up for why no audience. I just want a very reasonable thing. Say, we know ye. Yen yes, ye mianum. One no not see me yen mianum. One proof so to me prove. I did relationship run war historically on Timinka. And why not a babble for, but he cannot give a specific reason. Quack me fast or minian winum. And I will ye. They are always using the British in 1900 at the count massive. So even before the 1900. Are we family? Yes, we are family. Ye ni pebi integrity. Any pebi kwatna ho. We free ha kwatna the baby. We are all from one place. One no page the political ascension so a divide. Who's umiano? Me a miniano. What's in your umian? What time? What time you met how be? Because me who say minyan saka saying that you are not willing to listen. Or from Bruni, as when you a Bruni. What time you met how be by this time? Because they also me ye be a man who say me ano my but you still rejected me saying me miano. Because of him, who do on nechi. Yet we are the people. Ye miano, we are broad related. It's not by politics. And yet DB a diabato so from 1959. We can prove it to you. Bet me prove see me animal. by history, by migration, by settlement. But who was it, Debbie? And that the also 1959 where you Bruni. It's about this time. If you hit me, I'll hit you back. Because Asumbono, I did you almost. TNBM. I want to Morrison, our dear brother. He forwarded all this video to me. I am grateful. I asked it and he forwarded it. Forward all of them to me. Thank you very much. I say same you be kebi so chat to so. Send your bell say who so no an e kasenti. Meyi back screen every hole. No who so no an e kana say. Okay. Hey, if you say on my party, I can't press out. Hey, as I do 10 years and a great granny or why is Yanka? We are domain. Ukrumini doma. Doma be a tongue kusiapa. Obi a oye kusia what you may be. Open for a yakonoba. Doma no muton kusia or me other day. Hunkusia as a sopa. Oye doma in Ukrum ni doma traditional area. And you assassin Ukrum no. Ono de. Sampa Sampa traditional council. Ono so nipa so no kofo. Omu mukuru. Omo se niam omo ye nwo adwuma pa kase. Suma so ye kroketo bi eda people bi so. Ono so edi kase ho adwuma. Do ma anua ni suma. Sampa de omu bu ni se one de. Onka wo mo. Hana na omu nim se Sampa spirit of asante ne besore. Wako ensoko we wako nsoko. Oko nsoko. Afasa ya frɛ no. Se papa brafasa bi ne be kasa kire mrante ne mabawa. Se wo mo no man kasa mamna ne amane mu won ma himfo mo ma development project. Enkoso wo mukro. O munya sika o mfa me japade wo mukro. No munya akra ne kumase no. Is that not a message you're supposed to give? Ebi, Beranum. Ba no basema besi Sampa be komensia. Be boasem. Be ntiase. Medi best sabuno for be akọ Sampa akọ ede bade. Sampa e brunfo kuro. Sampa omunya na fana fo. Sampa ya brunfo kuro. Adena wansi sa wom amfa nkodoma amakosu adwuma na amafo. Amehwa minya te se de Sampa yen. Ehwanya biti te se de Sampa yen. Enabo hunu ya bobi to gan e wo Sampa. Papa na kan yo. Ye ono sa timi bi na no tena bron regional house of Jesus Sampa de ekoso nyina. Ehwa ye sa no tumfo he say it without no fear. Abro no kokaye so be sa bono for do kogu Sampa. Eno ani na anu ne ehu sa modua. Amante bia basere mu nyina obi e be kasa omu bia nya mbetua oka. Etu gugu omo ho na omu di na chi na omu di tuo. Be hu asi abo weto gan. Ya bo weto gan nipa be omo wo Sampa. Ebru nipa 10 ebru 2. Ajima bedu eti ne kurum. Ne kurum fo kwa sakani sko mo bompe. Ya ma obi ananu nsia. Ne kurum nkosi adwuma koso. Ena wo mo beto ade wo Sampa nyina beto kase omusuro. Obi adwura no wokọ suma. Na nse ye na Samba Jafra ehunu sedabi. Ade a sebia ye wo de ade. Wontina wo sense. Ti de sa modua ye nyina na Samba Jafra wa weteleti. O kana no tumu ama ye di bia. Ama the rule of law eye adwuma. Ama estate kakra na ene kase adwuma no esa ko nanim kakaka omu se ko nanim na omu sa eso muja ukuro mo ho ansesa bonofo anko so na wo so ye bunu wo so ye bunu na fo na ni bruni wode ye ho a wo ko sa bonofo akọ pa na ni kuro be wo hu se bi kwase bia ene etia so. You are taking advantage of the meekness and the weakness of the people. Also need to me bia eti enye se ka asam to no so ono ane kan ye e won soko wono ane bie na no adua sakan so be ma sampa ye ungovernable o ma sampa ye beja ono ni kuro mo ho ono ni kuro mo ho arade hey we are say yede
we are what so ni ngasi ankalo na no am kufuri kakala na etrona na mudie yeah jo o just can be ashen bodom bia no so odidi ama na efuru hye no amodia yeah yes me ba ye no amodia yeah
koshe sampa fo achi anything eura excellency John Doan Mahama with all due respect papa we on team call appeal courts debi ade na mlaneka about elevating people to appeal courts huh he might qualify for working on the judicially for 12 years but what about the most important part say was so you be a onimran odimran so oye bia obumra no de mra no yedwuma oye bia se bia o se beti mra no in all manner ne titiri no oye bia obu ne ho no misbehave no a good physical attitude o bi emra no oni ho kwan the videos are everywhere circulating papa ni videos eti mu a committee na asete mode ato ho yeah, what's a papa obe pass it through muso. Asa no kwa appeal court no. Enne mi gina abodua e de atom so. Sese man fam pepepe ye. Enne se bi nukure die na constitution so anya dwuma. Muni mo asefo. Na nanu muni muni. Essence the constitution states clear. And Samuel Okika Enya, you need to question him, ask him, and ask him the reason why he thinks he's qualified to be elevated to appeal court for saying all this sort of things. Ebi also so what just ikanya de modia e wa chire anama mpanyini hye se chinchina chan mamu musebu sasa akwasi wenu nyina ebebo mudua. Yes. If I'm an evangelist, Comfort Louisa William Fusu. This is my name. Yes. You brought food in. Men nan kansoa. Ufri mori. Nana beman kansoa. So we are telling you this, people. This man is totally not eligible. He is not eligible to be elevated to appeal courts because it's part of the court of the constituted. It's a constituted court of we, the people of Ghana. And he needs to ensure every individual whose names was listed and nominated by His Excellency the President of Ghana go through the same process. And every channel that require to be assessed through this medium needs to be done according to the Constitution. Neither by bribe, and anything. Assault should be a priority to the panel members that have sat in that committee to ensure the constitution mandate works amongst these proceedings and processes. So obi biala obi making mistakes. Ebebo opia. Pa. This man is not qualified. No. So we ya dear. Nani pebi fu say ade na wo ye no. Wo e na wo who created that scene no. Abosom wo ho. Na nanoma konfo wo ho. Ensuo no makase na nanom epacha me bom din a na mesrem wada. Wo betimi akọ e de me akọ. To me bia your authentic power no. Na ye ti wo mai mu sakanfo. Sasantifo. Ye wo ye nananom a wona wonim so mo ani ho, but they still protect us. So any fallen powers can never manifest or take effective attacks on any of us. Mimi wuna ayemi wu na bi obi no obeti de ne saka. And you be a physical attack. Send your physical attack by a two and now by second. You can never, ever do a poor men on a men kokran. So we should be mindful of what we do today, because tomorrow there will be questions that you can never answer them. Yes. How could you think this man can go to a court? High court to cry, they were disgracing the law into, degrading it into the pit of mud. He have degraded the law into the pit of mud. It has been the laughing stock of his representation of a legal law and a legal practitioner within the angle of the Constitution. He have made it a laughing stock. His appearances, his approaches, his words and utterances have made the law degradable. Very degradable. Very low degradable. It's more than the mud. So, beloved family, I might have my personal rough relationship with him, and that's entirely up to me. But to create another awareness, you might not maybe knows fully about this man. This man needs to be checked. His mental status needs to be checked based on his attitude, his utterances, based on a certain approach of matters. If Ghana is a serious country, this man's mental status needs to be checked. Midway, people think in Africa we have a lot of issues. Because a case will be what Jimu Yadia, they think will be our one, what person, Obia, just a no. We have a lot of mental problems, a lot of mental related problems. So many of them. There are a lot of normal people that you might think they are normal, but most of them are mental problems. Obi otimi faseka kumubi. Do you think they're not being a yekuma? Do you think that they will act like that? Any person that cannot control the attitude, that cannot comport, or that cannot control how they behave in public, can determine as someone, and there will be an anger issue, a mental issue related. Anxiety. A lot of things can contribute to classify one person as a mental attitude person. A Ghana ngoa, and a judge, and a person not dream can. And near my way indicated. How can a judge sat in public exhibit its hatred towards a group of people, towards a certain political? You see, Abraham Rano is so quiet. Kwa ben na judge better so be kum ni ba public ni abeche na domafo abeyin. Kwa ben na judge ni be ka se me kokod ni ebu mra mebu so me abeche me na bonvo abeyin me. Kwa ben na judge ni ko gina ba bi ka se court asem court ndo bebu obesesa bonfo ba ka obi krum na akọ ekete chaos what he basically did. Kwa ben na judge ni timide ne pe abra returning officer was not sent to supervise a legal election because every regional House of Chiefs election is classified as a very legal constituted election that the Electoral Commission have to send a returning officer to represent the Electoral Commission, and a judge by constitution have to be sworn in the people who will be voted for. And there is a legal process that also exhibits the number of people supposedly have to be equalized as a simple equation. Ninyina papa witimi de nepe ama who has his excellency who pursue say election of course of more regional House of Chiefs is illegal because there was a injunction the torso. One kasa na pursue his excellency and now busa say Electoral Commission and Senate returning officer is illegal. One no busa assassin with nice excellence in your own page, in your official page. Yeah, taking blue. So you know this man is abusing the legal law. But what again? Because he works for NDC? Is the country for sale for political parties? Now you are no longer representative of your party. You are representative of the whole country. Either NDC, either MPP, we are all of us. You are our president. And it's because of the same constitutional law. And we will not permit anyone to disrespect the same rule of law that brought you to power. And that enable you to exercise those power amongst all areas. So with all due respect, Mr. President, that man here needs to be checked. Because 1,000 times he have abused the law, millions times he have stumbled the law, billion times he have caused treasons and contempts, 1 million times he have exhibited misbehaving attitude towards in public. So what else again? Mr. President, attention. I need your attention. And just want to make us, but I need you to watch me wherever you are. I need my video to get into you. Now what's I say? No, what he's saying doesn't make sense, or it doesn't make sense. His Excellency, I want you to pay attention to Yai and Yafoma, who also equally human being part of the society of Ghana. I want you to be more active with the people down there. This man do not qualify. The so-called BADU do not qualify. NPP for soldier. NPP for the NDC. NDC wants to be NPP. Many MPP ni be menka for soldiers. And na menye MPP ni a me unreasonable one. Me very reasonable. I always make sure I stand in the fair range of everything I say. It's menka for soldiers because I wouldn't participate.